Okay, so today we're going to look at a follow-up sequence from the guard, finishing sequence that relates to two other sequences we did recently. Where Scott is in my guard, and it's all off of rotating to the side from the arm lock and losing the arm lock. All right, just using the arm lock as your lead-in, as your setup. So I can secure this elbow and get it, or I can just start with the wrist and come under and grab the elbow. Put my foot on his hip, and I pull it across, hand on the shoulder. You know, I've done everything right and it's nice and tight, maybe I get it. But if I don't, he pulls out. Again, my immediate follow-up target is the other arm. Since he's pulling that shoulder back to save that arm, this shoulder comes forward or remains forward, and now I attack it. And previously we had looked at setting up the omoplata or setting up, you know, the triangle choke, which is all very good, very functional. But there's more you can do with just that arm, okay? And so one thing is, as he tries to bring it down here to protect it, so that I can't get the hand free, I can bring my arm under that and then pull his elbow to my chest. Put that hand on my bicep, and this one grabs his wrist or his hand, right around the wrist area, and I'm pulling it tight to my body. I'm squeezing my knees as I press down with my heels. And now I just start to turn my shoulders. So what I'm doing is I'm attaching his arm to my entire upper body, and then I'm using the stronger core muscles that rotate to turn to my left and put that pressure rotating his shoulder. All right, so if sometimes you can win if you make it an arm against or arms against arm sort of fight as well. Where here I can just grab it. Sometimes I'll get it like that, but if he's strong, you got to lock it to your body. All right, and then just use your arms as clamps to hold it in, and then just turn. Okay. However, some people are still really strong. He's got strong triceps. He extends his arm. All right, extends it straight, and then I catch it between my neck and my shoulder like this. And now I can I'll push down with this leg to turn my hips a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm facing up at an angle, and now I can join my hands and I'll roll this forearm behind his elbow to turn his elbow out like that a little bit. And now I'll extend my hips. I'm extending my hips this way as I lock this in, and there's an elbow press. All right, so that's a follow-up. You may get that, but he might power out of it. He might turn that way. All right? So now from here, I bring this back through. All right? Put my foot on his hip, and now I'm going to bring my knee over in front of his face, and my hips come up, and I'm squeezing, and now I've got the inverted arm lock from here. So we'll do those those three finishes as a sequence that relates to pretty much any time that you're rotating to the side, whether for the arm lock, the omoplata, or the knee bar, or a rocking chair sweep, whatever you're doing from over here, he pulls that arm out, there's your arm. So be ready for that, don't let that go. Be aware that you can let his head back in and get a triangle, but you can also, so from here, it can be hard to get that arm free. All right, so watch what I do. I can't get my hand in there and I can't pull it free. So I raise my hips up, this is very strong. And I get my arm in there, and then I pull it back and I get my hand here. All right? And now I can either lock it this way or this way, and I push with this thigh into his ribs, and it pops it free. So I'm making him, with his arm, he's fighting against the bigger, stronger parts of my body, my legs and my hips, to break that grip and get his arm out. But he's strong and he doesn't just go with it. He extends his arm, and so I go to the elbow press. But then he turns it in and I can't get the elbow press, so I bring it across, I put my foot on his hip, I let his head back in, I go foot on the hip. And then I come up with my knee squeezing and I get him like that. All right, so you'll notice that this is what I call riding the arm. So once I got that arm, it turns, but I can follow it and still line myself up with that elbow or with the shoulder and lock it. And so you anticipate the directions he can still turn and move his arm, and you're ready to flow into another finish from there, even when it involves going inverted. And there are follow-ups from the inverted arm lock as well, which we'll cover another time. Okay, so let's try those three finishes from the guard.